Hey guys, welcome to Shadow Skull Studios. I know I haven't done a deck review in a while, but here's a deck that I kind of had put in progress for a while. Um, but before I get to it, I just want to take this playmat from Interlude. Let me- I think they did pretty nice artwork. It's a little lewd, but not as spicy as some of their other ones. But pretty cool playmat. Only problem so far with it is it stayed wrinkled out of the bag that came in. So I've been trying to find it out. It's a lot better than it was, but this has essentially been almost a week, been 5 days, and then I've had like stuff sitting on top of it, and you see it's still a little wavy. So I just think the little packaging thing for it would be a little better if they kind of just rolled it up a little better. But I'm gonna look at other ways to get it flat. But yeah, really like the artwork. I was at the TCG Con in Houston, so yeah. Let me see. So first off, let's start with the commander. For the commander, I have Savra, Queen of the Golgari. Base reads: when you sacrifice a black creature, you may pay 2 life. If you do, each other player sacrifices a creature. That's going to be the main theme of the deck, is we're going to be sacrificing our stuff, making our opponent sack things. Whenever you sacrifice a green creature, you gain 2 life. Basically, just to recycle the abilities. A 4 mana commander, not too expensive, easy to get out, but she's also really easy to remove. But, you know, you can make her go to the graveyard. If they kill her, bring her back. This is a graveyard recursion deck. You're going to bring your stuff back, resack it, to make your opponent sack all their stuff, and then you're going to gain 2 life if it's a green creature. So yeah, there you go. Alright. So, for sack outlets, this is what I got. We have Vivian of the Hunt. May sack creature. If you do, search your library for a creature with mana value equal to 1 plus the sack creature's mana value. Put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So instantly, grab a sack. We're going to tutor for something. We can put stuff in our graveyard. We can make a Rhino Warrior. So yeah, here's some stuff in here. We have Yahini, Undying Partisan. One of my favorite characters in all of Magic. Haste: when a creature an opponent controls dies, put 1 counter on him. Sack another creature, he gains indestructible. So he protects himself, and he's a sack outlet. Evolutionary Leap. Sack a creature for 1 green, remove a card. Since you get a creature card, put it in your hand, rush your library, bomb the library in random order. So, kind of like Vivian of the Hunt, but I was an agent, doesn't stop her. Then we have Braids. Arisen Nightmare. Beginning your end step, sack a creature, an artifact, enchantment, land, planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sack a permanent that shares a type with it. If they don't, they lose 2 life if you draw a card for each opponent. So, immediately, card draw, sack outlet, and life draining your opponents. Yawgmoth. We have protection from humans, but you're going to pay life, sack another creature. Sack outlet. Partial removal, card draw, discard a card, proliferate. So you can fill your graveyard if you want to bring something back. If you can't cast it. Natural order. Sack outlet, and search your library. We're gonna sack our cheap 1/1s to go get the big dudes. Golgari Disa. 1 black, tap, sack creature. Make that many zombies equal to the power. Yep. Simple. We're gonna make more dudes to sack to our outlets. Savra's gonna basically pay 2 life for each one, and opponent's gonna sack all of those creatures. Killing Wave. Removal that if you are mana flooded, this thing it will just help you out. For each creature, its controller sacrifices it unless he or she pays X life. I have dumped 20 mana into this. At that point, nobody is paying 20 life to keep 1 creature out. Unless it is very important, like their commander, if it's Voltron, yada yada. But yeah, instantly a good card. Very underrated board wipe, in my opinion. Diabolic Intent, it's a tutor and a sack outlet. Contamination, it's a sack outlet, and you're limiting your opponent's lands. You get this early enough with like Jadar or something on board, you're immediate. Your opponent, if they're not playing in black, they're playing in black now. Vraska makes a black pirate, destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. It's removal. I don't know why I had this in the sack outlet. I think it was this one. That's why. So, yes, this is the sack outlet Vraska. Vraska Golgari Queen. Sack another permanent. If you do, you gain life, draw a card. Easy. It's removal. And yeah, that's also like, that's an end game right there. It'll never get to that, but it's a sack outlet. 4 mana, sack outlet, and partial removal. So whatever you need. Disciple of Bolus. It's a sack outlet, card draw, life gain. Ashnod's Altar. Sacrifice creature, add 2. It's a mana rock and a sack outlet. Our next pile is going to be death triggers. So, we have Liliana, Heretical Healer. When another non-token creature you control dies, you're going to exile her and flip her. She does not have to be on new battlefield. If you board wipe with her on board and she goes to the graveyard, she still sees any of your non-token creatures die, she gets exiled and she will be put on the battlefield. I've had so many rulings about this. I might still be wrong, but I've had judges on Commander games literally tell me that, yeah, she comes back. Lifeline. You want your opponent's creatures to come back too for all your other death triggers for your opponent's stuff? Well, there you go. Everything's coming back, including your stuff. Keep sacking your stuff. Namada Primeval Warden. He's going to exile your opponent's creatures, and you get 1/1 saplings. Kura. Death trigger. Search for 3 lands, or you make a big spirit. Zilpor Cutthroat. Death trigger. Drain in life. Gain in life. Blood Artist. Same thing. Turgid. Anytime you make them sack something, you're going to get it. Gissa. You're going to get all the stuff of theirs. Anytime they sack something, even if you don't want, you might screw some of your other death triggers up, you're going to get it. Grave Pact. Not in English, but when one of your things dies, your opponents have to sack a thing. Dictate. Same thing, but with flash. Butcher. Same thing. Really expensive, but, you can mill it, discard it, and you're going to get it back from the graveyard. Junji. Each opponent discards 2 cards, loses 2 life, or you get target non-dragon creature from any graveyard. And that's just 2 life. Dreadhorde. When a creature you control dies, draw a card. You can create zombies. You make your opponent sack more things. And you. Death Presence. Whenever a creature you control dies, put X counters on something. Make one of your things that lives bigger. Not really death trigger. It's just whenever an opponent's card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, he gets bigger. So, it also becomes like a target to protect your other stuff. Reaper of the Wilds. When the creature dies, scry 1. Give it Death Touch. Give it Hexproof. Grismold Dreadsour. Whenever you gain your step, each player creates a 1/1 plant token. Whenever a creature token dies, he gets bigger. Easy. Very simple death triggers. And you see, I kind of try to make these even, especially because the token creators. So, alright, over here we have the recursion. I'm dropping them all over the floor. Okay, so for recursion, I got Liliana, Death Mage. Return up to 1 creature from your graveyard to your hand. Easy. Destroy a target creature, its controller loses 2 life. It's removal. And target opponent loses 2 life for each creature in their graveyard. Very, 6 mana, it's a very slow Liliana. But that +1 is pretty good. Battlefield Scrounger. I think this is an underrated common. Put 3 cards from your graveyard at the bottom of your library to pump him. This is an instant ability. So somebody's going to exile all graveyards. Put the 3 things you want at the bottom of your deck. We have Geth, Lord of the Vault. Put a creature card mana from... graveyard creation from your opponents, and you mill them. Beacon of Unrest. Graveyard recursion, and it comes back. Eternal Witness. Get anything from your graveyard. Rise of the Dark Realms. Get all the creatures. All graveyards. Get them back. Turn the Earth. Getting 3 things. You're going to always choose you. And you're going to flashback this. you're going to gain 2 life. Very easy uncommon. Very easy card. And reanimate. Graveyard recursion. You and your opponents. You're going to get any creature you want. You're going to lose that life, but we have life gain. Okay. So, back to the kind of stuff that kind of help out the deck. We have a Vraska Relic Seeker. Makes a token. It's removal. You get a treasure. And target life total becomes 1. Very easy. Food chain. Whenever you steal your opponent's stuff, exile it. Don't let them get it back. And get mana. Very easy. When you get stuff back, make yourself more treasure. Gain the life. Make a big dude. Malira. You can't get poison counters. Creatures you can't have -1/-1. And your opponents creature opponents control lose infect. Hate the infect players. But there's a reason for this. Just give me 1 sec. Op agent. Stop your opponents from tutoring. Arbor Mantle. It's going to go with all of our infinite mana makers. We have Demonic Tutor. It's a tutor. Board wipe on a stick. Ivanly Denizen and Scurryoak make all the infinites. All the infinite squirrels and all the infinite counters. Ventured Forth. Instant land. Filter out all your land. Shamanic Revelation. Card draw and life gain. Mill. You're going to make a dude. You're going to make a counter. And hate on your opponent's graveyard. Very easy. Green Slime. Guess what? Counter the activator triggered ability. So good. And it's removal. Such a good card. Very underrated. Paradox Zone. You're going to make all the green blue dudes. You're going to make all the paradox zones. No, the fractals. You're going to make all the fractals. Titan of Industry. If you mill him or eventually get to cast him, he is removal. He is life gain. He makes dudes. He protects your stuff. Very good card. Tutors for a land. 3 mana 4/4. But you know what? That's fine. That's a very good card for land draw. And if you sack him to Gisa later, that's 3 mana. That turns into 4 for her 1 black, and you make 4 zombies. Courser Crucifix. You're going to get the lands off the top of your deck. Draw into those creatures. Draw into the sack outlets. Gain the life. Devoted Druid. Boom. Infinite green mana. The Great Hinge. Life gain. Card draw. Counters. Phyrexian Hydra. Goes infinite with Malira. All the damage. Prevented. He won't take damage. 5 mana for a 7/7. Good. Here we go. Swarm Shambler. Gets 1 counter. When a creature you control 1 counter becomes target of a spell on opponent controls, make an insect. Pull Rick Howard on him. Double Merciless. You mill yourself or all your creatures get board wiped? Cool. Get all that mana. Vraska. It's card removal if they try and kill her fast enough. You get removal. And you make 3 dudes. They have to kill those tokens. Force their hand. It's okay. Nim Death Mantle. Graveyard Recursion. I forgot to put it in the pile. This is Tendrils of Agony. Mostly because if we gain life, boom, Bolts the Citadel. You're going to storm off. You're going to have that much life anyway with Savra to hopefully cast all your things. And we have Augur of Autumn. Lands off your deck. Possible creatures. We have so many variety of creatures. So, yeah. So, sack outlets, death triggers, graveyard recursion, stuff that make the deck faster. Now, lands I did not go too fancy. I did the simple Woodland Cemetery, Crypt of Agadim, Exotic Orchard, Grim Backwoods. It's a sack outlet. Draw a card. Boom. It's a land. Evolving Wilds. Everybody needs one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 swamps. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 forests. Very even base lands. And all a very cheap deck. I think you curve out around 3 or 4. So 33 lands usually helps you. We have a bunch of stuff to get you more lands. So I usually only ever play with 33 lands anyway. People get mad at me. But if you can get 3 lands and by turn 3 or 4, you're usually good. So yeah, this is a deck that I'm going to be playing with this weekend. I'm going to be taking it out to my local game store. I'm going to experiment with it, and if I'm going to test out, see what, maybe have some more stack outlets, like an Altar of Dementia. I don't have an Altar of Tefrexia. Do want one, but, yeah, you know, maybe do more Death Trigger stuff. But yeah, basically, it's just a simple, casual Savra Queen of the Golgari deck. I found out that I really like playing either Orzhov, which is white-black, or black-green Golgari. I always build decks around graveyard recursion or artifacts. And I don't know. Ever since I've been playing these type of decks or decks, I love to build. I love using the graveyard as a resource. I love playing things that have death triggers specifically. I like making if people kill my stuff, they have to pay for it immediately type of effects. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Comment down below for commanders that you want me to build. You know, and if you have any ideas that could make this deck bigger, I'll take it into consideration. Comment down below, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all again next time.